what did he
Digital
even say?
penetration.
Oh, yeah, indie digital penetration.
Yeah.
I really just like that digital penetration aspect of it.
Yep. Yeah, you only spent 1 or 2 videos being creepy about that, so that was good.
Welcome, and we're back with another edition of Snob versus Douche. He's the Snob, and I'm the Douche. We're doing our little 2x2, where we each pick 2 albums that have recently been released and force the other one to listen to it, and then we just disagree with each other, and heads are butted.
Yep.
Arguments.
This round that we have here are a little bit more contentious, I feel.
Yeah, it's going to be contentious.
We're trying to challenge each other a little bit more this time around.
Yeah, it's all I really do is I'm like, what is going to piss this guy off the most? And then I pick that, and then we go with it. Yeah, and
it'll be a couple episodes until we get to country metal. We haven't gotten there yet, but soon.
Yeah. So we'll also at the tail end we'll discuss some highlights and lowlights from the last few months of music releases. Anyway, how you been doing?
Doing okay. Just got back from vacation, did a lot of record shopping. Unfortunately, because of the fact I was on vacation for 12 days or whatever, I'm even more behind on new music than I usually am. So I feel like I'm usually at least a week behind, just as I accumulate things and have to review them. It takes time, but yeah. And then the worst month for it is September, because there's just so much music coming out in September. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like artists feeling like they have to get all their albums out like right before the holidays, or maybe they want to do it before winter. I'm not really sure, but September is a big month, and I got a lot of work to do. But I do have a bunch of stuff I did listen to in the last couple months that I do love. So certainly enough to talk about. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, the good news is that it kind of starts to die down before too long. But yeah, September and October is still quite heavy new release type months. I really don't know why that is either. There's kind of that spring or late winter, early spring, where there's kind of a flood after it's dead from December and January, more or less.
Yeah, maybe we should try to get some music execs on the podcast.
Yeah.
And try to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's less like it matters less maybe than it maybe used to, and so maybe it's kind of a traditional thing that they do kind of these kind of releases.
Yeah,
that release schedule.
It certainly is traditional that, and it seems to have stuck. And I don't really know why this is, but all or most new releases come out on Friday. That's always been the way it has been, and it continues.
I mean, they used to be Tuesdays.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They switched the days at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we used to get that magazine called Ice, right? And it would give like a list of everything coming out. Do you remember that?
I don't remember.
You don't remember that? Okay.
I don't. I mean, I remember that releases came out on Tuesdays, and then at some point the industry changed it to Fridays for whatever reason. I don't remember why or when, but yeah.
Just another research topic.
Yeah, we need you to find out, research this, and next time we convene, you can just lay it out for us.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'll work on it.
All right, so I guess we might as well just jump right into the 2x2. Enough small talk. Yeah, so the first one is one that I selected. It's the second LP for, I think she's like French American. I think she's American, but of French descent. Her name Claude Fontaine. The album is called L'amour on Innovative Leisure. So she's based in Los Angeles. I've had this suggested to me, this album suggested to me by several people. And then when I started to listen to it, I thought, well, maybe it'd be interested for us to discuss it. It's kind of this melding of a lot of different international styles of music coming together, like reggae, dub, ska, and then French pop. The vocals are in English. I believe they're all in English, but I guess I'm not 100% sure. You know, and bossa nova. Yeah, it has a lot of players that have like people that performed with like Ziggy Marley, like legit reggae artists, and people that play with Sergio Mendes, and on and on. The producer is like a Grammy-winning producer, Lester Mendez, and so I think this was the genesis for this project was him and her getting together and then like coming up with this kind of I don't know what you want to call it, this meshing of styles. He's Brazilian, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Now I said that, I'm probably wrong. I think he might be Brazilian. If not, I'll put it on the screen. What did you think of this album?
Well, so this was shots fired from you at me.
Really? Okay.
No. At first, I was a bit apprehensive, just because by just looking at it before listening to it, it presented possibly like it was sung in a different language, which
right.
I have a harder time connecting with if the lyrics aren't in English.
Exactly.
If I don't understand it, then I can't clue into the lyrics and have that base level of enjoyment. But I was pleasantly surprised that like all the song titles are in another language, or most of them are, I think. But it's all English language, and sorry, hold on one second. Okay. Oh, so I'm not really sure it's something I would like purchase and add to my collection, but I listened to it a handful of times and I really did start to enjoy it. I don't have a lot of experience with reggae and bossa nova and tropicalia and stuff like that, where this is a melding of all those different things. But yeah, it was I enjoyed it, and impressive that she pulls it off. She really melds everything all together in a very cohesive way, and she's just from LA. Like she's not from any of these countries. Yeah. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it too. It has that like her vocal style is kind of like this 60s French pop vocal style over this like you said, like reggae, ska, like rock steady, dub, tropical, all these different styles, and then her like very sultry, like sung in English, but it's in a like a Francois Hardy style, like vocal style, like these French, classic French pop artist style. Yeah, I don't know that this will have staying power with me. Kind of similar to you, where I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm going to come back to it a lot. But it is like it feels like it's like kind of super hip, well executed. Like you could definitely you could hear this in like a coffee shop, right? It has like cool coffee shop vibes.
Yeah,
or something
absolutely.
Like a trendy coffee shop vibes.
Had you listened to the previous record by her? I think maybe she has one other one too.
Yeah,
maybe
just one other one. This is her second record. I've not listened to it. I was aware of it, but I don't think that I listened to it. Maybe I sampled it, but I don't think I listened to it. There are a number of other artists that kind of, do this kind of melding of international styles, but yeah, I think this was well done, and I think some people would really like this if it was maybe I feel like not many people are going to listen to this, but there's a lot of people that would probably like this, you know,
Yeah.
more than I do. Even though I mean I like it, but I think
Yeah.
a lot of people would like it more.
Absolutely.
Of you and me, vaquero, take a ride, say you're mine, jetez-vous dans un ciel en bleu de la cheminée. La foule te poursuivit, mais toi tu n'as pas glissé. Je te vois, il est de manger mon bras. Plus réguliers radicaux qui t'ont suivi depuis.
All right, so next up, my first pick is a band called Lame Drivers. It is their second record called Become an Island, out on Bleeding Gold and Jigsaw Records here in the States. And yeah, like I said, second record. They're a New York three-piece led by the singer. Frontman is Jason Segal, who is also a DJ at a well-known independent radio station out of New Jersey called WFMU. What were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, so this one I was aware of, had listened to once, and then had intended to go back and listen to it more, but it fell off.
Yeah.
So I missed it. So I was glad that you selected this as one of your picks. I think that the first time I listened to it didn't necessarily grab me as much, but it is one that's kind of grown on me quite a bit now, having listened to it a few more times this week. I will say I listened to the standard, like there's multiple versions of this. There's a 10-track version, and then there's one that has extra songs. I think if you buy the CD, it has extra songs versus where I streamed it.
Yeah, I think the vinyl has the 10 tracks, and then CD has 4 extra, something like that. Yeah.
So this to me is it's kind of lo-fi power pop, but in that kind of 70s, late 70s, early 80s styles. The band that I thought of from then is called The Records. So it sounds a lot like The Records, only maybe a little more lo-fi. But it also reminds me of a lot of other kind of power pop bands from the 70s and 80s. Yeah, and I did wind up liking it. Has a little bit of I'm not going to say that. So a little bit of a glammy, like a little bit of a glammy thing at times. Not super glammy, but a little bit of a glammy thing at times. Yeah. Anyway, glad you selected it. I do like it. I suspect that you like it more because you the ones you pick, you tend to, yeah.
No, I really ended up digging this one. It did take a little while. I think I had the same experience where it was just kind of on the back burner, and then I rediscovered it and started to listen to it quite a bit. The independent rock radio thing, when you listen to it, really makes a lot of sense. Right. Because one of the things I like about it is you listen to it and you don't really get one distinct or even two distinct influences from hearing it. I was hearing 70s, 80s, 90s, all these different types of bands. I was hearing a lot of maybe a little bit of Guided by Voices, hearing the Jam, the Soft Boys or Robin Hitchcock, just all over the place with the very sort of underground rock influences. Which you don't really hear all that often. Just a really solid record. A lot of great songs on it. It was just a nice surprise to stumble into when, going through all this other stuff that I knew maybe a little.
Yeah, they've been around for quite a while, since I think
they have, yeah.
2000, but not super prolific over that time. But
Yep, and I think a lot of member changes and stuff like that. But yeah, good stuff. What's your next?
Something. Oh, I thought I saw something that indicated that somebody that's associated with Guided by Voices produced the record. Did you see that? Maybe I'm wrong.
I did not.
I thought I saw something about that, and then kind of looked further, and I couldn't confirm or deny it. Anyway. Yeah, my next selection this time around is something on Sub Pop Records. We haven't talked about much on Sub Pop recently. This is a Welsh band. They put out this is their 5th LP, 5 LPs since 2021, called Bug Club. And the album is called On the Intricate Inner Workings of the System. Kind of a punchy garage punk, post-punk thing with humorous lyrics, I guess you could say, and that kind of dueling vocal style. What did you think of this?
I loved it. I was onto this. I was onto it pretty quick, just because I tend to watch the Sub Pop releases pretty closely because historically I've liked most of their bands. Just the male female combo vocals are great. The lyrics are great, very funny at times. I had already reviewed it when you picked it, so good pick there. Let's see, it reminded me of I was getting a lot of Art Brut from it, just with the lyrical content, just how humorous it is, and kind of in your face. But I liked it quite a bit. I would say that probably the first half is a little stronger than the second, but I enjoy the I think my favorites were Pop Single and the A Bit Like James Bond songs on there were really good. Good stuff.
Yeah, I've seen people cite like Moldy Peaches and Modern Lovers and Violent Femmes like as influences, but it is it is a bit all over the place. I think I think that because it's 11 songs, 29 minutes. I don't know if I would want this to be super like a really long, just because of that.
No,
I was for a long time.
I was reading some of their other recent releases were like 50 songs and ridiculously a long amount of large amount of songs. And I think smaller doses probably better for this type of thing. Definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, so I like it. I think you might like this more than I get the sense you probably like it a bit more than I do, but I do like it. It's irreverent. It's not, not trying to be taken too seriously. Kind of is what it is. I can see where some people aren't going to be down with that humor aspect of it.
Sure.
But yeah, I think if you can connect with that, it's a good one to check out.
Well, certainly if you're writing funny lyrics, the line of novelty is very easy to cross. I don't feel like this goes across the novelty line. There's still enough musicality to it and just kind of fun, band music to it that it doesn't go over the top.
I buy duty-free cigarettes in bulk, like Bond. I drive a jet black Passat, like Bond. Everybody
My second pick is Gillian Welch and David Rawlings, their new album called Woodland on Acony Records. I think that's how you say it, Acony. It's their seventh, or it's her seventh full-length record, but only the second where David, her partner, producing partner, writing partner, is billed as the artist. Previously, it was just billed as Gillian Welch, but this one he's on it as well, even though they've written together the whole time. What were your thoughts? This is my curveball to you.
Yeah, so I actually was down with for whatever reason, like at the time when Gillian Welch kind of came on the scene.
Okay.
Like I have the first few, maybe 3 or 4 Gillian
Time
Welch
and Revelator,
releases.
and yep.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's. I actually don't remember the circumstances. I think working at a record store. Was there somebody that played it a lot, kind of beat it into me, or did I come across? I really don't remember. But yeah, it's good. Like it's well made, performed well, which is pretty much as you'd expect. But for me, like this kind of, it's very like kind of a laid back bluegrass almost record, or Americana type thing. I feel like on this kind of album, and I'm different from you in that I don't necessarily need the vocals or vocals I understand, or they can be a different language, but the vocals, I would need to connect with the vocals on this style of music, I guess is maybe the way I put it. And I just really didn't connect with the vocals.
Okay.
And like I say, I like Gillian Welch. It's not an issue with her, the way she sings, but I think maybe I just am not getting it. That's possible. Like I'm not following what's being, the topics. I don't know. I listened to it 5 times this week.
Good college effort. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Again, I think it's good. I bet this will be like on best of lists all over the place. Yep. It's that kind of a quality album, but just not something that I am probably going to listen to more. Sure. I suspect we're the exact opposite on this.
Yeah, I mean, I got keyed into her kind of late. Not until maybe her 2011 release. I mean, I was always aware of her before that, but I didn't really get to listen to it until the 2011 release, which is the Hallow and the Harvest. I started listening closely to that one for whatever reason, and I was always really impressed by the fact that it was fairly traditional bluegrassy folk music, but there was a nice dark edge to the lyrics, and so that really sort of keyed me into what they were doing. I mean, I'm happy to report that this is along those same lines, just really good. It's like a really good representation of those genres without where it still feels new and not just they're regurgitating the same stuff. I feel like it's a lot of it just feels to me like it's just very well done adult folk music that you can get into without thinking about it too much. Or if you want to deep dive a little and get into the lyrics, there's a lot of good stuff in there as well. But yeah, it took me a couple listens to key into it to this one, but it's probably one of my favorites of the year so far. I can't stop listening to it. Yeah, I really, really enjoy it.
Yeah, so it's Gillian Welch and David Rawlings, and that it's called Woodland, which is
Yep.
named after their recording studio that was destroyed in a tornado
Oh,
back in
I didn't even know that
2020.
part. Okay.
Yeah, 2020 was like one of the best years ever.
Something unseen. There was something that once I saw your old familiar face. I was walking in a new watering place. Been a little lost for a little while. People sometimes.
So let's go ahead and get into the I guess Q3 highlights and lowlights as you like to run through. If you want to go ahead and take us through
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah. So let me just start out with I had a couple of records that I was really excited for. Unfortunately, a bit disappointed in. Get those out of the way. So the new folk Implosion record called "Walk Through Me" on Joyful Noise. I was really looking forward to their reunion because I was a big fan of their 1999 release, One Part Lullaby. I wasn't even really clued into them and their early stuff. It was sort of the mid stuff, but ultimately this one just kind of fell flat. Was disappointed by it. Charly Bliss, a new album called Forever, Unlucky Number. They've gotten poppier and poppier with every release. Now I feel like this one was like one step away from Carly Rae Jepsen. Call Me Maybe territory, which Carly Jepsen's not bad. I don't dislike her, but this one just a little too commercial poppy for me. And then the new record by Y, WHY ? The Well I Fell Into out on Waterlines Records. Unfortunately, that one just fell a little flat. I feel like he's getting with every release, he gets a little less hip hoppy, and this one just like I said, flat, unfortunately. But I do have a handful of stuff I really enjoyed. Starting out is something actually came out, I think, in the May, so not in Q3, but I listened to it just maybe a month ago. Band called Sharp Pins, the album Radio DDR, and this is a self-release. This is great Gotta Boy Voices influenced indie rock, actually from Chicago. That's kind of what made me notice them. Like I said, released back in May. Really good. If you haven't checked that out, you should check it out. I think you'd like it. Queen of Jeans, the album All Again, out on Memory Music. This is the third full-length record, and they're Philadelphia-based four-piece. Just good female-led indie pop stuff.
That one stuff I've heard of, but have not listened to that. You recommend?
Yeah, definitely. Next up, hip hop group called Previous Industries. Album's called Service Merchandise. You probably were aware of this because it came out on Merge Records, which is a weird place for it to come out on. But I guess all of these older indie labels need to diversify a little bit. Just good, solid underground style hip hop from Merge Records of all places. Really enjoyed that one. On the poppier side, after I just totally took down Carly Rae Jepsen, I really enjoyed the new Remi Wolf album. It's called Big Ideas, out on EMI and Island. She does this weird kind of, almost psychedelic at times, kind of wacky R&B hip hop stuff. And I just find it so charming. Definitely listen to that one a lot. If you like the female fronted pop stuff, definitely check that out. The new one from Los Campesinos, All Hell, out on Swells. Are you a fan of them?
I don't think so.
You're not?
I don't think so. So I did listen to this one, but not very much. I just kind of like sampled it.
Mhm.
It didn't grab my attention, but you like it?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've liked them for a long time. This
I think a
is
lot of
their
people like them, right?
seventh. Yeah, I mean, I think
I
they're
feel like,
fairly
yeah,
popular, and I mean, I
yeah,
think they came back after years of not doing anything, so people were excited about this one.
yeah.
Yeah,
I did see some reviews on it as well that were positive.
yeah. I think it got reviewed well. It's pretty decent, B plus kind of level stuff, I would say. Next up, I had Jpegmafia, his new one, which is follow up to last year's great collaboration with Danny Brown that he released. This one's called "I Lay Down My Life for You" out on Peggy and AWAL Records. Just more great stuff from him. Even gets a little serious at times, which is not really his thing in this one. But yeah, good stuff there. The new Jack White record called No Name out on Third Man Records, which was kind of like a surprise record store release, just given out, at random or whatever. And then, released fully like a week or two later. Hype is real on this one. I feel like it's a really solid record from him. Best in many years, certainly a return to form. Do you listen to Jack White and White Stripes at all?
I've not listened to this. Though I am maybe not a huge fan.
Sure, maybe not a huge fan, meaning you don't like White Stripes.
I like the first White Stripes record.
Okay.
I like the Go. He was in the Go.
Okay.
The first record on Sub Pop.
Next up, Quivers, Oyster Cut out on Merge Records. That's their third full-length record. They were a Melbourne, Australia 4-piece. I know you've talked about them. I'm pretty sure you did one of your episodes. You featured them, right?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I really like them. The last album was like a top 5 album for me of whatever year that was, I guess. Yeah, I maybe don't like this one as much as that one, but I really do like this a lot. That one a lot. Oyster Cuts.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that band.
I have the Softies. The Bed I Made is the album, and it's out on Father Daughter Records. It's their fourth full-length record, and they've been around for 20, 30 years, something like that. I think the first one was 1995. So yeah, you guys can do the math. But just another solid, indie pop record from them. I really dug it. I had kind of forgotten about them, and then listening to this one, I kind of tracked back and checked in on my Softies collection, and I didn't have anything, so downloaded the other records as well. But yeah, this one I know you're a fan as well.
Yeah, I like that one as well, and it seems like polarizing. People don't like. A lot of people dislike that style. Maybe I get that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know very many people that like the Softies. It's maybe a little too twee for some people.
Sure.
Too cute.
Yeah, not a lot of edge there, but I dig it. I mean, I thought I think it's very well done.
Yeah, I think the way I put it is it's like they just they didn't skip a beat. It's just like right back in the saddle type thing. Yeah, really good.
Couple more. Illuminati Hotties, the new record Power out on Hopeless Records. This is a less abrasive, I would say, follow-up to her debut record, which got a lot of attention. I don't know what year it was, maybe a couple years ago. This one, like I said, it's a little less abrasive. The sort of vocal abrasiveness that I was hearing in the first album has dulled down a little bit. And I even found some of the tracks were reminiscent of Juliana Hatfield at times, which I don't ever hear anywhere. So I was I was happy to hear that. Digging that one.
I need to listen to that. I believe that I heard pre-release like singles, maybe one or two songs from it, but I haven't listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. We have The Gift. Well, actually, it's just Gift, right? Album called
Gift,
Illuminator.
all caps. I think it's Gift.
All caps. Gift. I gotta yell it. Out on Captured Tracks. Second full-length record. It's shoegazy stuff. They're from New York. Just recently, right before my vacation, downloaded that from recommendation of one of your videos and really enjoyed it. Chime School, the boy who ran the Paisley Hotel out on Slumberland. I always, more recently, I'm tuned in to the releases from Slumberland. Second full length from him. He's San Francisco-based indie jingle pop stuff. Really solid record, I thought.
I'm also a big fan of that one.
Yep. And then finally, we've got another Slumberland release, the Reds, Pinks, and Purples again for the third record of the year. The World Doesn't Need Another Band, like I said, on Slumberland. Good stuff. I actually ended up enjoying this one, I think, the most of the three. Although
really?
The second and the third were both sort of just extra material off of the original session or something. It's just kind of an expansion on,
Yeah, whereas I think the first one is really the one that had a full release.
It's the main release. But for whatever reason, that one it fell a little flat for me. But yeah, good stuff here.
Yeah, I have to go back and reevaluate. That's it. That's your list. No disappointment. no, like you're not gonna trash anything.
No, it's just those three disappointments. I don't have anything to trash this time around.
Okay, I don't have a big list, and I kind of like everything I think I'm gonna mention here. I've mentioned it for video, but like the Quivers and Chime School were on my list that you mentioned.
Yep.
And also the second album from Dummy called Free Energy. It's a Los Angeles band that I really like.
Yep. That one's on my list to check out.
And then another one. This is one that I talk about in the video that comes out tomorrow. So you wouldn't have seen this. But I did see it was on your list. The band on your list of releases. The band called Mo Dottie, an album called Hate. So have you actually heard that?
I haven't yet.
Why is it on your list? Or how did you? I guess I'm curious because it's like a self-released album.
I don't remember where I picked that up, but yeah, I mean, whenever I see anything coming out, I just add it to that list.
Okay.
If I think it's in either of our wheelhouses, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to add, the new country hit, record on there. It's all mainly indie rock, indie pop, and maybe a few electronic.
So yeah,
I know what we like.
Yeah, so nonetheless, this is another band from LA. They're actually touring, I believe, with Dummy. If I was able to, I would probably like if I was in the US and they weren't, like I would travel to see that show, because those two are two top tier type things for me right now.
Okay.
The Mo Dottie I'm very high on, and I've already recorded this, but it'll be the video that comes out before this video does.
Mm-hmm. The prequel.
Yeah. So that's also shoegaze, kind of like early shoegaze influence, a lot of lush vibes. It reminds me a lot of like what Seablight record from last year, in that it has some jangly shoegaze. It's very, I'd say it's a little more accessible and really just executed at a high level.
Can we just sidebar for just a second here? Do you have the hot goss on what's going on with Lush?
I don't have the hot goss.
You don't? Okay.
What is
you
the
can't
hot
spill
goss?
any tea? I don't have it either. I was just curious because I saw that what is it? Emma, what's her name?
Emma Anderson.
Emma Anderson. Okay, she releases a record, and it's
Yeah.
mostly music that would have been a sort of reunion album for Lush, right?
Yeah,
And
she
then
had, I think, written those songs when they actually did reunite under the guise of possibly recording a new album as Lush at that
Yeah.
time. That's my sense. Yeah.
And then I noticed that what's her name, the lead singer of Lush, Mickey
Mickey.
Bereni,
Mm-hmm.
has a Mickey Bereni band, which I think includes another member of Lush, if I'm not
Peroshka.
mistaken.
The band is Peroshka. Yeah, they have a
Oh,
couple
Peroshka.
albums.
Okay.
Very, very good.
Okay.
think.
Okay. I need to check that out. But
Yeah,
I'm like,
get on
what's
board
the
there.
riff? What's the hot goss about the riff there?
Yeah, so I'm really not your hot gossip guy. I don't know who's dating people. Like everyone, like that's like, so there's the new album by The Wave
Yep.
that just came out. It's also in the next video that posts tomorrow as we're sitting here. But anyway, I don't know, maybe the fact that they're dating, like I don't even know. And then I guess they had a kid. Like I don't know.
No, this is good.
I don't know any of this stuff, but I
Yeah.
just found that out.
I think you need to, and this needs to have top billing on this video.
And I know there's a lot of people that like are super into the like who's dating who and this person's mad at this person. A lot of times I think over time I've come to just not. The more you know about some of these people, the worse.
The less you like them.
The less you're gonna like them. And so the less in some cases, the less I know about their personal lives, the better. A lot of these people are assholes. Let's just face the facts here. But I mean, a lot of people are just assholes, right? Just generally speaking.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
A high
percentage
proportion of people
wise
are assholes. So
yeah,
if you take anybody, that's why a lot of times you meet people and maybe, I keep my expectations low when I meet some of these people.
I prefer not to meet my heroes and my idols.
No meeting and greeting.
I don't want to talk to them. I don't really have any questions.
Just to take a step, I've met a lot of nice people.
Sure. Yeah.
But even then,
so you're backtracking on everyone. Everyone's an asshole.
No, I'm not. Okay, let's move on. So, Young Scum album, Lighter Blue, really good, strong guitar indie pop record.
I've tried that one on. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get into it.
I think it went into the maybe pile.
Sound Carriers album, Through Other Reflections. I like that. I don't know that many people do. One thing I haven't, I guess, mentioned before that kind of falls into this lo-fi, almost sort of guided by voices thing. Band, where are they from? I probably won't be able to remember. A band called Mythical Motors. And the album that I listened to, there's more than one album from this year, which is also guided by voices-esque, right? The album is called Seven is Circular. The band is Mythical Motors. I think they're around for a while, a lot of records. I enjoyed that. An album that came out earlier in the year, probably in the second quarter, but that I didn't really get into until this quarter, was the Parsnip record called Behold. They're from Sydney or Melbourne. They're from Australia.
Yep. I downloaded that one too. Yep. I like that one.
Did you ever, oh no, you don't listen to music without vocals. I was going to ask if you listen to the Los Bichos ever.
I was curious about it, but yeah, I haven't tried that. I certainly should give more chances to instrumental music than I do, but because there's so much music, I tend to skip those because I know I'm less likely to enjoy them just because of the bandwidth.
I was just curious if you had listened to it, but I guess I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, all instrumental. So, but
is it good?
A band.
You listen to it.
So that's a band. This is their second. They just released. I don't even remember what the name of it is. This is the second album. This is a band where I liked them before they released their first album. Like I was like wanting to like they released a string of singles all of them were really, like, it was like hit after hit after hit. They had videos. They released on 7-inch records. I don't even know if they were signed at the time. You to get the records, they would sell out instantly. They'd be like, you'd have to pay $100 to get the 7-inch record. I'm like, I can't justify that or whatever. No. Then they signed and we're going to release their debut album, which they did, I guess, a couple of years ago. And so I was excited. I'm like, I'm going to be able to get those songs. Now I'll have them on vinyl and whatever, so that I get it and listen to it. And this is where not being down with the GOSS, with the hot GOSS, is a problem for me. So I'm like, I have no idea what's going on at all. So get the record, play the record. The songs that I knew were on there, they're all way worse. Like, they're way worse than the original single. So then I'm like, am I nuts? So I go to YouTube. I'm like, I'm gonna find the video. They took down all the videos and replaced them with new videos. The reason is, which I don't. It took me a while before I even realized this. One of the members of the band left before the release of the album, so they re-recorded
without that band member.
Redid the videos.
Wow.
Anyway,
that's a lot of work.
That just left such a bad taste in my mouth. Such a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know. So I haven't. If somebody told me this was good, I would listen to it, but nobody has. Anyway, that's my completely unnecessary Los Bichos rant.
I certainly noticed them because of their name. I always like, bastards and the use of different iterations of bad words in band names.
That a lot?
I'm a big fan. So yeah.
All right. So what? I mean, anything else to bring up from recent? Like, what? How do you feel about this year now that we're, I guess, 3/4 through? Any thoughts? It's different.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's been less that I've been super excited for, but
I think I kind of agree. I feel like less deep to last year for me, maybe.
Yeah. I always feel like it's going to be similar, but then it's always different. Just the general feeling that you get when you think about albums released in a year. Just weird stuff, but I got a lot of catching up to do on September. I've got a lot of records to get back to, so I'm excited for the new Alan Sparhawk that just came out today. A couple other releases too. I like the new Bright Eyes record that just came out. That's really good. The new Nilüfer Yanya album is good. Lots of stuff I'm chewing on currently.
All right, so I guess that's...
Yeah, we should probably just end it.